Ha ha ha. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. And welcome, I'm your host, Paul Francis. Welcome, Next Level Psychic. And of course, Monday night. Now, we've moved it up to 8 p.m. because of the amount of people who were saying, like, um, we're loving the show, but it's a bit too late. So, okay, I mean, at the end of the day, I was actually trying to set the show up so it would actually suit our American brethren and our Australian brethren and people of all over right now. So, as I say, welcome to the show. It's great to see you all. Thank you so much for being here. Let's have a look at who's in the chat room. Julie Sharp, Sherry Burris, Dawn Hatton. Hi, Dawn. Good to see you again. Do you know it's ages since I've seen you? Who we got? Julia Evans, Lynn Fern. Great to see everybody. Shani, good to see you. Oh, welcome to the show. Now, here's a bit of a thing, okay? It is fantastic to see you all, but what I'm really trying to find out is why aren't you sending me your spirit photographs? Yeah, I need to see your spirit photo. Let me just bring that background music down a smidge. There we go. I need to see your spirit photographs. So I want to see pictures of your orbs. I want to see anything at all that you've got. I've got three in store for you tonight. You tell me, are they real? You tell me, are they fake? It's up to you. You tell me, then I'll tell you the backstory. Well, I'll tell you the backstory anyway. So it's been going well. The numbers are starting to grind, but I still need you. I need you. Okay, so make sure that if you're watching me tonight on YouTube, that you smash that like button. That is prep. You must press it in. You must get that in there. Come on to the show, smash the like button, and then share the show. Share and invite your friends and family to become a part of this, because this really is what I call the fun side of what we do. It should be a laugh. Okay, it should be a giggle, and we are sharing everything that we do. It's supposed to be fun. Did you like the angel pics? Did I like the angel pics? I didn't get. I'm actually. I don't know if I've actually sat down. I actually haven't sat down with them, to be honest with you all. Don't. I would never tell you any porkies. I've not sat down with them, to be absolutely honest with you. I've got a bunch of EVPs, says Shari Burst. Shari, let's get them on. Get them to me, and let's get you on the show, and let's talk about them, because that's really what I want to say. Get all of your friends, get all of your family, especially those who have taken pictures of stuff they're not too sure about, because that's what we want to see. We want to discuss that together. Okay, let me give you my email address so that you guys know where to send stuff to, and that is right here. Look at the bottom. I don't know why I've just done that Southern American accent. I'm sorry for that. Make sure you send me an email. Send me, and what I can do is either you can send me pictures, JPEGs, through the email address, which is running across the bottom as we speak, or we can talk together on WhatsApp, or however you want to connect. The easiest way to send me bigger files. Now, if you're sending me EVPs, which stands for electronic voice phenomena, if you're sending me EVPs, they'll be coming on MP3 files. Now, email, yes, that's fine. It depends on how many you're sending me. But if you're going to send me a whole pile of pictures, EVPs, and say some video footage, then WeShare is probably the best. WeShare, using exactly the same address as you see at the bottom. Paul at Paul Francis 111. I love the Southern accent. So you don't have y'all. Please, everybody from the United States, don't think I was taking a Mickey. I wasn't. So I've got some pictures to show you tonight, and I want you to evaluate said pictures. And I've got some footage of one of the events that I was working on myself. We did an investigation on Saturday, says Shari. Oh, wow. You got any photographs? Did you take any pictures? Send them over. Send them to me. Send them to me on a slide format. So that's, if you go into Google, you can set up a slide, and you can send them to me on slide format. Down. Send them to me on slide format, and then I could bring them into the show, because the system will only accept them as a slide. So if you want to do 3 or 4 together, 5 together, whatever you want to put together, set it as a slide and send it to me on email, and I should be able to download it. Steve, welcome to the show. Steve Whitburn, good to see you, buddy. Thanks very much for being here. Missed you last week, Steve. Where were you last week? Missed you last week. So listen, guys. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this so that it's a good, strong television show. So I need you to help me to get the numbers up. Okay. So share the show. Invite all of your friends and family to come onto YouTube, and I will actually get the link for you guys. Well, actually, if Lynn would mind putting the link down below, you can share that out with your friends and family. Get them to come onto the show, get them to subscribe to the show, and get them to hit the little notification bell icon, and then they won't ever miss a show again. Now, the whole idea about this really is to kick back and enjoy what we do. Okay, when I'm on the paranormal investigations, I actually refer to that as the fun side of what we do. Actually refer to that as the fun side. When I'm doing my investigations, I am focused on what I do because I want to find evidence of life after life. That's the whole idea. I also want to eliminate fear. That's the whole sole reason I do what I do this, because I watch so many of these shows on television that is just total blah. Especially demon this and evil that and da 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 da. Da. So we need to really, really evaluate that sort of how people think. All right. So we are doing an investigation this Saturday. We will be in the Globe in Arizona, and we would be investigating a jail first, and then a train depot. I wish I was in the United States. I will be in the United States in October. Alrighty, I'll be in Florida in October, this coming October this year. I'm trying to squeeze some work in while I'm there, so I can do some one-to-ones for all of my American fans and followers, so I can get something in there. Jennifer, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Hi, Paul, and all in chat. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Steve, Steve Whitburn. Steve, come out of Facebook, mate, and go over to YouTube, okay, and type in Paul Francis Medium, and it'll bring you right back to the show, buddy. It's far more stable on YouTube than it is in through Facebook, okay, mate. So please come across onto YouTube and then sign up or subscribe to the YouTube channel. We need to grow the channel together, guys, so that YouTube will keep us on. So we need to grow the channel. We need to make it bigger. We also need to start getting it out there so that more people start to see what we do, because I really, really want to eliminate the fear factor. Alrighty. I'm open to taking questions about that tonight. Now, Sherry Burns is a paranormal investigator as well. What I'd like to do, Shari, maybe is get you on next week's show if that's possible. So it'd be really interesting if we can get together between now and next week and talk about getting you on the show. Dark Rob has joined us. Dark, good evening, good day, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Good to see you. Thanks very much. If you've just joined us tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you are joining me, Next Level Psychic, on Monday evening here for a look at the paranormal. Now, what is paranormal? Well, let's look at it. It's not one word really. It's two syllables joined together to make, or forced together to make one word. That's actually a really good depiction. Forced, paranormal. Well, it's para, which means beyond or after, and normal. What's normal? That's a really good question. What is normal? What do you call normal? So, when I'm doing paranormal investigations, or when I'm going out to assess areas, or when I'm going to look at, say, for example, Dawn and I were chatting the other day about this, and we're going to be looking at some places here in Cornwall. Dawn's very, very kind of earthy, and she's very much into ley lines and that kind of. I am very into, I believe, wholeheartedly in the ley lines of the world. It's a really good idea. You can actually get, if you go to Google and type in world ley lines, it'll give you a map of the ley lines. One of the strongest ley lines actually runs along the bottom of Cornwall down there at the Lizard Peninsula. And that is where a lot of paranormal activity is actually captured. Not only earthbound, such as spirits and ghosts, but UFOs. Now, if you've been watching my Facebook page recently, like yesterday, you will see that the night before I went out, and oddly enough, I outside these doors right here, and I'm a huge I love stargazing. I go out and I just look at the constellations. It reminds me a lot of being with my family. My grandfather, he was a farmer, a super intelligent guy. I mean, super intelligent. And he would talk to me about the stars and the constellation and how they affect the earth and how the earth, for a man that was extremely Christian, and I mean very religious. You know, he would do the rosary, etc. A lot. Um, he used to bestow onto me knowledge, which I would have put straight into the Wiccan concepts. He used to say to me things like, "Son, listen to the land. She talks to you, and she'll tell you everything you need to know." Wiccan, okay. And I used to stand there and I used to look at the stars with him, and he would tell me about how to figure out north to south and blah blah blah, all stuff like that. So when I go out at night now and I'm looking at the skies and I'm looking at the stars, it brings me back to moments like that. And I was out there the night before last, and there was just a carpet of stars in the sky, and I thought, I've got to get some pictures of this. Hey, Rachel Tonkin, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Wow, good, Rachel Tonkin. Lovely to see you. Thanks for being here. Don't forget, if you've just joined us, by the way, on YouTube, make sure you smash that like button. It's really important. Smash the like button. I've just got a text coming through. NLP, is that neuro linguistical programming? No. I've literally just got a text come through saying, is this NLP, neuro linguistical programming? No. Next level psychic. All right, maybe I should change that. Right, so what was I going to say? Oh yeah, I went outside and it was, I mean, a blanket of stars, beautiful sky. So I just put my camera up and I was taking pictures, and I was just going. And what I was doing is I leaned the camera against the wall so it's steady. Okay, so it's rock hard steady like that. So, and I was taking pictures, and it was just a beautiful clear night, and there's nothing in the sky. I had been standing there for a good 5-10 minutes in advance, looking at the sky, at the stars. I did see a jet, and the jet has things called anti-collision lights, which flash like that, and you can tell the jet a mile away, and you'll usually see the jet and the lights on the jet, and then maybe 10, 15, even up to 30 seconds later, you'll hear the engines. But I was watching out the back here, and it was really dark, and the skies were beautiful, and I was just watching, and I was looking, and I thought, I'll take some pictures. So I took pictures of these, just of the sky. I wasn't aiming at anything in particular, just stars. And I didn't even bother checking my camera. I just came into the house. It was really, really late. I went up the stairs to bed and I flicked open the photographs, and wow, the pictures that turned up were just nuts. There was three triangular shaped somethings. I'm going to just say for the thing craft. I'll call them craft just for the sake of our conversation. And there was two going like that, and there was one. So it was two. I'll get it on the camera. Two going like that, and one behind it, starting to make the same bang. So I don't know if you've seen that. If you haven't seen that, go onto my Facebook page and you'll be able to see them. And then I took a couple of more photographs. I went through a couple of more photographs. Some of them were just normal, and which is good because it shows you that the camera was doing its job and taking pictures of the sky. And then another one came up with which I've only shared with a couple of friends, and that one actually bothered me a little bit. But anyway, let's go on. But the whole concept of paranormal is of that concept as well. It's not just about ghost and spirit. So it's about every. Oh, just helicopters just going past us. It's about what's beyond normality because there's a lot going on in this world that we're not maybe a privy to, and we're not necessarily all that aware of. Sorry, I just wanted to. The helicopter was flying past there, and I was a wee bit sort of, um, I was a wee bit sort of. I didn't want to sort of bugging you guys, so let me just bring in that music again, so it's covering us in the background. There we go. Right, so let me just talk to everybody in the room. That's so. As Lynn is saying, if you'd be so kind, please make sure that you share the show and make sure you share it and get your friends and family to be a part of tonight's show. Katie May is in the room. Good evening, Kate. Oh, Katie May, Steve Whitburn. Hello, beloved. PM me directly. I have some important messages from the universe. I would advise you not to, Steve. I would actually block that idiot and not let them anywhere near your computer because that's you could pretty much be assured is a scam artist. All right, so um, let's have a quick peek here. Let's find out who's chatting and who's not, and who's just joined us. So Rachel Tonkin has come in, very Cornish. She's Taymor's up north. You can tell a real Cornish person. They, as far as as a real Cornish person will tell you that there's nothing beyond the Tamar. So they won't. They're not interested. Um, they're all talking about obviously going across. I'll let you guys chat away about that. The Cornwall in itself is steeped in history and therefore steeped in energy. It has amazing different styles of energy, of which over the coming weeks and months, I'm hoping to be able to share with you guys. Now, Dawn Hatton is she's a Cornish girl, and she knows the area very. I mean, I've been here for 40 years, but she knows the area better than I do, and I'm hoping to introduce you to some there was places I was taken about 15 years ago to visit a place down near Penzance, down near Land's End, and it was like a druid's place, and it was underground, and the energy around there was nuts. So I'm hoping Dawn will know where that place is. And there's standing stones, stone circles. There's different places that I'm hoping that we will be able to go and visit with Dawn in the next coming days, weeks, and months ahead. So that person, by the way, Kate May, I didn't invite onto the show, so please do not. I'm advising you do not accept anything from these people unless if I've said right, this person has been invited on the show by me, which will never happen, by the way. I would advise you not to open anything or connect with these people because pretty much 100% of these idiots are scam artists, right? Carol Horton, yes, they were kind of triangular, and they were. It was like, I didn't see it until I literally jumped into bed and I showed Johanna. I'll tell you how bad she took it. She said, "Send those to me immediately." So I sent them across to her, and she sent them to two of her friends in the United States, and one's connected to NASA. Okay, she went, "That's not right." So she sent them off, and she sent them out to Goonhilly, friends of hers who work in or do have something to do with Goonhilly as well. So they were all like, "Oh my gosh, where did you get these from?" And I said, "The sky." So Anne Marie, good evening, welcome to the show. It's good to see you guys. Shani says, "Beautiful Cornwall." Cornwall, No, I'm heading down. I can feel myself heading down a political route, and I don't want to do that. Cornwall is a beautiful part of the world, but if we leave it up to Cornwall Council, it won't be. Now let's keep on going. Where are we? 23 minutes past the hour of 8 p.m. here in the UK tonight. And as always, as we go into each week, I've got different photographs to show you guys. Chai Saucer, that's it. That's it, Rachel. That's it, Shoutoster. I would love to go and visit that again. Rachel, if you can PM me about maybe Dawn and I and a couple of the other members meeting up with you guys, and we can go there and do an investigation there. Shoutoster, that's it. It's an amazing place. I've been there where they take you down under. It's kind of underground, and I think druids and people practice stuff there. It's really. Anyway, so we'll do that. So as I say, coming up to in a moment or two, I've got some photographs now. Like I said, I want this to be fun. I want this to be really cool stuff, and I want you to enjoy the show. I want you to have fun with this. That's what it's all about. When you come out on a paranormal investigation with me, it will be. I insist that we enjoy it and we have a bit of laugh, bit of crack, and we're there to see if we can pick up any indications on spirit and ghosts. Now, I had an a message come to me on Saturday saying, it was a really lovely question saying, "Hey Paul, maybe you could talk about ghosts and spirits on your show on Monday night." And I said, absolutely, no problem at all. Now, the question was quite simply, what's the difference? Ghosts and spirits. Well, there is a massive difference in the two. Now, practicality is they're kind of the same, but in reality, they are very much literally black and white. Now, let's go for the ghost for an example. Everybody says a ghost haunts a place. That's not true. All right. Spirits haunt, ghosts don't. Okay. What a ghost is primarily a capture of time. Okay. A replay of time through the modem or medium of energy. Now, for an example, a lot of the buildings in Cornwall, a lot of the older buildings in Cornwall were all built by granite stone. Now, granite is probably one of the best captures of energy you can get. Granite will continue to give off energy for hundreds of years. Okay, I mean, Dawn and I were talking about the big granite boulders up on the top of one of the hills here in Cornwall the other day, and hopefully I'm going to do some photographs about that. And we were talking about the castle up there as well. They will give off. That will continue to give off energy over years and hundreds of years, because they get constantly revitalized by energy from the earth, energy from the sun, energy from the moon, stars, and other aspects that can keep feeding it. Now, what happens is energy is captured, and it can capture a photograph. Let's put it this way. Let's call it an ancient videotape. All right, that's probably a good if descriptive of anything of a ghost. Now, here's the thing: a ghost will happen, and you will see a ghost, and you can see ghosts, and they look absolutely solid. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a ghost and any other person. Some of them are that solid. Other ghosts are very whimsical, and you can see right through them. And you can see shapes, and just literally shapes. Now, here's the thing about the difference between a spirit and a ghost. A ghost will happen. So, for an example, say a ghost was moving across a room from left to right. That ghost will go across that room, left to right, whether you're there or not. Okay, so imagine it literally on a loop, on a videotape, like that. Just literally, it'll happen at the same time, and it'll happen continuously, whether you're there or not. You will react to it because you're human, and you should, and you'll go like that, or probably run out the room screaming, whatever. but it won't react to you. It'll just do its thing and carry on because it's literally a videotape. It's the best way to describe it. Now, the difference between that and a spirit is active energy. Okay, right. You can't kill energy; it just changes form. Right. So when we pass on, our soul is spirit. So spirit is active energy, and the energy will react to you. It'll react to the surroundings. It'll react to stimulus, and you'll react to it. Now, the energy you give off as a person will stimulate said spirit as well. So when I watch these TV shows where they're trying to antagonize an energy or spirit, if you wish, it really annoys the crap out of me. It really, really gets to me especially when Zach Baggins is shouting and screaming at them and saying, "Come on, you want me? Come and get me." I wish a demon would come out and knock him out, but not going to happen. So I really don't like that. I get 100% of reaction by being polite and respectful, and that's how it should be. Now imagine when you're a spirit and you're, say for example, you've lived in the house you're in for for maybe 50, 60, 70 years, and then you cross over and you lived in that house because you loved it. Well, you do have the opportunity to visit that house whenever you want, okay, whenever you like. So imagine somebody coming into your house and being antagonistic towards you, downright rude, and let's call it idiotic. How are you going to react? Are you going to go jumping through hoops for them? Or are you going to go sod off? Okay. Me personally, I'd probably frighten the life out of them as best as I could. And I have to go back to God and say, "Hey, I'm really sorry about that. But that guy was getting on my tits." You know, and God would probably go, "Yeah, he deserved it." But if you're in someone else's house, you need to respect the fact that you're in someone else's house. Okay. Shari says, "I can't stand him." Do you know what? At the beginning, Shari, when he was Wacky Jackie's in the house, Wacky, couldn't see it. um, so, at the beginning, Zach Baggins, when he was starting out, it was great because he was very respectful and he was doing the job. He went out to try and find evidence of spiritual activity, and it was great. As the shows got, say, halfway through the series, and now I just didn't even bother. It's crap. And everything's, shadow man and ghost this and demon that. And, anyway. We will continue to address these particular. I'm surrounded by spirits tonight. My nose is well itchy. So if we're on a ghost hunt or paranormal investigation, which is the proper terminology, I might add, because when I'm a spirit, I don't want to be hunted. But anyway, if we're in paranormal investigations and you see me doing this a lot, I mean spirits around, because my nose gets itchy when spirits around. So, Rachel Tonkin, why don't you link up with us? And we would love, what we need in the team is we need investigators and we need historians. So if you are into any of that or both of that, then please consider being a part of Paraghost, okay, Paranormal Ghost. That's what that came from. Paraghost came from that. And we want to start working as soon as possible. Now, if you, like Shari, for example, I would love to talk to Shari. It won't be tonight because I've got another appointment after the show tonight. But over the next few days, Shari, if we can get together and set up a time to maybe share photographs, footage, and MP3s or EVPs, whatever you like to call them, then we can get you on the show next week and talk about what you're doing. And maybe we can link up somehow where you can be live on the show whilst on investigation. That'd be fantastic. Anne-Marie says, my nose gets itchy all the time. My nose gets mad nuts, especially when I'm working. The good thing you want to see me, if I'm doing readings for you guys, then you want me to be doing that. It means spirits around me. Right, anyway, let's get on with the show tonight. So I've got a slide coming up as always, and I want you to tell me what you think. Are the pictures in these slides real, or are they fake? So here we go. Let's have a look at this. So no, no, that's slide 4. So I started off at the end instead of the first. So let's have a look. Anybody joined us since I was chatting to Wacky Jackie. I must try and get something up with Jackie as well. Jackie lives in London, in the London regions, and she is in an area which is very highly active in spiritual connection. So I'd really like to get up there and do some investigating where Jackie is as well. So Jackie, it's great to see you. Don't forget, if you've just come and joined us tonight, for example, Rachel Tonkin, and you guys, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please, please, please subscribe to the channel now. It's all free of charge. Subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit the little bell icon, okay? The little sort of like icon with the bell on it, because as soon you hit that and we release shows, you'll be informed, okay? It just basically tells you when we're going to be doing a show, all right? So subscribe, that's really important. Hit the bell icon, then share the show and invite your friends and family, especially those who are interested in the subject matter, because we want to see not pictures that I'm sort of bringing up all of the time. I want to see pictures from you guys, okay? Especially pictures you capture in your house, especially pictures that you captured when you were out and it just happened to be off the cuff, okay? What I'm going to be sharing with you are pictures and photographs and footage of investigations and some of the investigations I've been on. So anyway, slide number 1. Are you ready? First of all, are you enjoying the show? Please leave a comment in the chat section now. Are you enjoying the show? Do you like the idea of the show? It's really, really important to me. I need it. I need to know what your feedback is. So give me a big old thumbs up. Give me a big yes. Tell me in the feedback now. Are you enjoying the show? Water. Come on, guys. Chat away. Tell me. Carol says, I love the show. I love it. I won't miss it. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Jane, good evening. Hello. It's been a while. I hope you're well. Thanks for being here. So you've just come in at the right time, Jane. We're just about to do the very first slide. So ladies and gentlemen, first slide of the night, Ghost Nurse. Now, this is a picture taken in Leeds Infirmary, or is it? I want you to tell me. Of a so-called spiritual ghost. So tell me, what do you think? Is this picture that's shown on my screen right now, is that a real picture of the ghost? Linda Ogier, welcome to the show, Linda. It's good to see you. Linda, come out of Facebook. Come out of Facebook, my darling, and go across to YouTube. Come and join us through the YouTube links. So go into YouTube at the top of the search bar, type in Paul Francis Medium, and it'll bring you right back to my channel and right back to this show. It's far more stable than the Facebook, and you won't be hacked. I've been hacked 6 times already this year, and I'm coming away from Facebook pretty much 100%. I'm coming away, but I'll use it just for marketing and things of that nature. James telling us that her father passed away. I'm so sorry, my darling, that I had a friend of mine pass away recently as well. But as I say during my show, as I say to Reach Across Live, honor your friends and family who've crossed by being the best you can be here. Make your life count. Okay, honor them by being the best you can be. Basically, make them proud by making your life count. All right. So we're sending you all our love and all our sympathies, and my darling, I know what you're going through. I went through it recently myself, and but we're all here, and we're all of like-minded, and you've got a group of people around you, Jane, who will only send you love and strength and support. You're in a great place to be able to share your loss, my darling. All right. Welcome back to the show, though. It's really great to see you again. So have a look down there. Is this an overexposed person, as Anne Marie is telling us, or is this an actual ghost of a spirit? Is this like a superimposed picture, or is it a real picture? You tell me. So I'll let you look at that for the time being now. Um, I'm actually going to bring up my notes. There we go. So you tell me, is this a real picture of a spirit, or is this fake? So that's picture number one. Picture number two is the graveyard. Okay. Now I had to take this particular picture down of a particular site. Now that, as you can see, there's a white energy. When you zoom in on it, is that a spirit of an energy that was taken at a graveyard near a particular tree, actually? So you tell me, is that real, or is that a fiction? Is that fake? Um, Everybody's responding to Jane, which is fantastic. I feel that's really nice. Thank you, Jane. You know what? Thank you for taking and having the strength to come and join us, my darling. And just know that Dad's going to be around you. Definitely going to be around you. Okay, I promise you. Okay. So Anne-Marie said she's unsure about this one. Julia Evans telling she loves this. I love this. That's great. So that white spirit, if you look at it closely, is that real or is that fake? Jane thinks it might be fake, that one. So I won't tell you. I'll tell you in the end. Is the pictures real or the pictures fake? So last week, I can't remember. Did I do all three real ones last? I did three actual pictures last week. They weren't all fake at all. So I caught you all out. This week could be all fake? Are they all fake this week, or are some of them real or something like that? So Dawn says she sees three spirits in that particular picture. Okay, and picture number four. This is that's what's called the first dance. And as you see, the light has captured what seems to be a little spirit energy on the floor near the happy couple. What do you think? Is that picture real, or is that a fake? You tell me. So what is that? Is that real, or would you guys think is a fake photograph? Don't worry, we're going to be going through all of them again. So don't worry if you think you've missed them. I'm going to be going through them at least 2 or 3 more times. So don't worry about that in the slightest. Don't worry about that in the slightest. Right there. Here was on, says Keith. Welcome to the show. So, if you've not been on the show before, Keith, can we invite you to come off Facebook and come and join us on our YouTube channel, which is Paul Francis Medium on YouTube. And what we do is we take pictures. We have pictures that are taken down from the internet, or pictures of reality, and you tell us, what are these photographs real, or are they fake? Now we show everybody respect here, so everybody has an opinion. Everybody's allowed an opinion, but we should respect everybody's choice on these opinions. So we're going to go back to slide number one again. So here we go. So Anne-Marie says, could be real, but it could be a mirror image. So this is picture number one, the ghost nurse, which was actually taken in Leeds Infirmary. Okay, is that a real picture? So Jane is saying, I was going to say fake, but so she's in two minds. Don't worry, Jane. We're going to go through them at least once or twice more, so you'll be able to tell us don't worry. And if you want me to show them again to you, just say, hey, show me that again. Show me that again. So Lynn is saying number one's fake and number three is real, but she's not sure about number two. Okay. Dark Rob is saying this one's real. Now, I do hope that you guys aren't scooting off and trying to Google these and then coming back and saying, oh, this is real. Dude, come on, join in the fun. It's a bit of crack, okay? Enjoy yourself. One is real, two is fake, and three is real, according to Jane, okay? This is number two. Is that photograph? Now, as you can see, I had to download that from a particular website. Of a spirit photographed in a cemetery. Is that real or is that fake? So that's number two. So Carol is saying number one's real and number two and three are both fake. Interesting. Rachel Tompkins saying, I think this one's real. I think this one's real. Doc Rob's going, it's a fake. Anne-Marie says number one's a fake. Number two, she's not sure. Oh, sorry. Number one's fake. Two, she's not sure about. And three, she's leaning towards fake. I like it, Anne-Marie. I like it. Okay. And finally, number three, which is called The First Dance. And it is a photograph taken at a wedding. The happy couple are having their first dance, and in this photograph, a picture of a young child turned up in the picture. So, would you say that is real, or is that? So, thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you think? Questions 1, 2, and 3. 1, real, fake. 2, is it real, fake? 3, is this real or is this fake? Doc Rob says it's fake. I've seen 1 and 2 seem to be running behind, says Julia Evans. Well, we're on 3 now, Julia, so don't worry. We're on 3 now as we speak. Anne-Marie says, I've mostly seen orbs in wedding photographs. Actually, you know what, Anne? I've seen, Anne-Marie, I've seen tons of orbs. And wherever people gather, whether it be weddings, whether it be pubs, theaters and things of that nature. So wherever people gather, there tends to be a lot of energy. But when you have an emotional gathering, for an example, say a wedding over a theater. A theater is, yes, it's got an emotional, but it's got an emotional to a point in the fact that it's entertaining. That's it, really. Whereas a wedding has charged emotion, usually charged towards the positive. Okay, when I say usually, this is where you find most fights, weddings. Anyway, the spirit energies connected to either families can use that wonderfully charged energy to make an appearance. All right. So what we're going to do now is sit back and enjoy as we go through all 3 slides. So number 1 is actually called the ghost nurse. Clear my throat as I get ready to explain to you. If you selected fake, you're wrong. This is an actual photograph. Hospitals are well known to be spooky places, particularly at night. It might not be one of the most well-known ghost sightings in the UK, but this snap was taken at Leeds General Infirmary by Andrew Milburn. It shows a nurse or a child fleeing into a room in a hospital corridor. I would say that that's a nurse, because if you go right back to the early days of nursing, that is the kind of uniform a nurse would wear. He took the photograph as a way of simply showing to show his girlfriend that he was at the hospital, and he worked there every day, not knowing what the photograph had actually shown until he viewed it more closely. Andrew has always been skeptical about ghosts, but seeing this particular picture changed his mind. This is actually a real picture, and it was taken. And I would say it's a nurse. Reason being is I come from a nursing family, and way back into the late 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. And even back in the late 60s, my aunt wore a uniform very, very similar to that. She was a sister, and she wore a uniform very similar to what that spirit energy is actually showing. So if you chose that picture number one is fake, I'm afraid you're wrong. It was actually real. I'm just getting up the information on picture number two. Give me 1 second. Here we go. So picture number two. Now, what did you think? Did you think that one was real or fake? So Rachel Tonkin, and she said that number two is fake. Who else thought it was fake? Come on, leave your information. Rachel says, I worked in St. Michael's for 11 years. That's right. Rachel, I would love to get in to investigate the part that's in Michael's that was closed down. I'd really like to get in there and have a look. So Jane said it was fake. Anne-Marie thinks she's kind of on the fence with it. She's not sure. Well, if you thought it was a fake, Dawn said, is it real? If you thought it was a fake, you're right. This is a photograph that was created for a film, okay? It's completely and utterly fake. Everything about this particular picture is airbrushed. It's completely airbrushed over a black background. It was created as a background for a film, a TV film, okay? So it is 100% fake. Good picture though. It's quite cool. If you really want and you look right in deeply, you can actually almost see face on that white streak. And it was, the idea being is that whoever was in front of it, whoever was being filmed in front of it, as in the camera was in front of it, your eyes and your brain would put the background into place as being in a ghost, in a ghostly graveyard. But I have to say, it's a fake. Finally, question number or slide number 3. Now, this is it's quite recent, this particular picture, and if you thought it was fake, wrong. This is actually a real picture. One of the most recent ghost sightings in the internet history is this image collected by ghost chasers and Toowoomba. It shows a husband and his wife taking their first dance, and it's a lovely photograph. But the shaft of light to the right of the couple, there's an image of a little girl who looks as though she wants to be in and part of the fun. This is probably one of those rare ghost sightings of the whole sighting was relative. I'll start that again. This is probably one of those rare ghost sightings where the whole sighting is relatively innocent, but we would never be completely sure. So this picture was one of 5 pictures of the same, subject matter, and the little ghost child only turned up in one picture. So it's real. It's a real picture. Rachel's going, I got number 3. I got number 3. I absolutely love this show. I've been trying to get this show up and running for years, and time never allowed me. But now I've got time, and now I've got into doing what I want to do. I love it. Thank you so much for enjoying that particular part. I have some footage to show you in a moment of one of the paranormal investigations that I actually took part in. Now, here's the thing. I wanted to show you this. I was looking at this earlier today, and I thought to myself, shall I show this one or shall I not? And then I thought to myself, actually, do you know what? I'm going to show this. The reason why I want to show this is that it's made up of two aspects. Okay, two aspects. Number one is some of the what you would call orbs is actually dust. Dust. Okay, but there are actual pictures of real orbs in this particular bit of footage as well. Okay, so I'm going to hopefully I'm going to click on this and it's going to come up and you guys will enjoy it. So sit back for a minute or two and here we go. This is actual footage of a real investigation and there we go. This was one of the team members who was there sitting down and enjoying himself. And this was in a 12th century house. Okay. No, it's sorry, I just press play there again. I was going to take out the sign, but I thought, I'll leave the sign in.
There we go. Just as you arrive.
You can see the other houses there through the window.
Hello.
Now, the reason why I wanted to leave this in is because when people walk through a room like that, they can disturb it, which would send dust
See
into
that
the
one
air.
on the floor then?
But
Come
see
on,
if you can tell
gorgeous.
me, I'm going to take that
Hello.
sign out again. See if you can tell me the difference between the dust
Come on.
and the actual footage of
Talk to
real
me.
orbs.
There we go.
I'm being
Hi,
told to shut up now.
gorgeous. There you go. Hi, babies. Mummy's here. Yep. Mummy's here. Yep. Mummy's here. Mummy's definitely here.
And the person who's saying "mommy's
Come
here,"
on.
by the
Let's
way,
go.
is the person
Mummy's
that owned
looking
the
over the
property.
property. Yep. There you go. There's the twins.
Uh,
Yep.
there you
Hi,
go.
gorgeous. Yeah.
And to be honest with you,
Mummy's
the
here.
orbs didn't really start
Yep.
happening
Let's take a
until
big
the
one.
lady who owned the property
Mummy, yeah,
came
that's
in.
it. Mummy loves you, you know that, don't you? Okay, we're going to do a big one again. Big one. Yep. I saw you down there.
Just there it was.
Mummy's here. Come on, big one.
Now,
That's it.
it would be
Come on,
easy. Oh, there
that's
you
it.
go.
Thank
It
you.
would be easy to
Mummy loves you
dismiss this
lots. You
person's
know that,
thought
don't you?
processes, but you
Mummy
know
looks
what?
after you. Mummy will always
Um,
look after you. You know that?
the
Yeah.
property became
Mummy
really
always
active
loves you.
when she came back to
Yeah,
the property,
we know
and it
that.
was amazing.
Mummy loves you lots. Mummy loves you.
And this is what I mean, by the way, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen. This is
Mummy
one of the
loves you.
reasons I chose to put
Oh,
this
there you go.
Yeah,
On
footage
the
in, is
twins.
because
There you
yeah.
go.
this lady is showing nothing but
Loves you,
respect
don't
for
you?
the energies
We love you
that frequent
lots.
this particular
We
property.
absolutely. I love you so much.
See, she's
Yeah.
doing it with
Mummy
respect and
loves you
honor.
so
And look what she's getting.
so
She's getting
much.
Look
responses.
at that.
So
Mummy
this is
loves you
why I get
lots.
angry
Still not
when we
moving.
see these
Mummy loves
paranormal
you.
investigators
Mummy
who
loves
shout
you
and
and looks
scream.
after you all the time, doesn't she?
Everyone's sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on
Mummy
it.
loves you.
I think you'll feel quite comfy in there.
There we go.
Mummy loves you.
Top floor, yeah.
Hmm.
Now
So
that
what I'm
gentleman
going to
went in,
do
and the
is
first thing he said was,
switch your
"Wow,
camera off and I'll leave
it's
you
cold in
just
here."
ask them questions, ask them to talk to you, ask them to let you know you're around you by touching you or tapping the wall or. Alright. You want to go in there too?
Yeah.
And I'll just let you guys.
Actually, Rob, that's not true. I was actually there. You can hear my voice in the background. That place was bursting with energy. It was actually really, really, really good. I'll go back halfway and
Big
click.
one? Yeah. I saw you down there.
Just there it was.
And
Mummy's here.
you walk into the room,
Come on, big
and the
one.
room was, it felt about the
That's
same
it.
temperature. You
Come
walk
on,
over to the
that's
right
it.
hand
Thank
corner of the
you,
room, and the
sweetheart.
temperature just
Mummy
dropped,
loves you
literally
lots. You know that, don't
really,
you?
really cold.
Mummy looks after you. Mummy will always look after you. You know that?
Like I said,
Yeah.
um,
Mummy always
everybody's
loves you.
point of view has to be
Yeah.
respected.
You
So
know that.
Rob doesn't think there's energy in that room. I respect his point of view
Loves
totally.
you. Mummy loves
I happen to
you.
be on this particular investigation,
Oh,
so
very cool. And the
Yeah.
twins, there you
I
got
Yeah.
the
know
twin
it
together there.
there was all the things that happened on that investigation that
We love you, Mum.
was,
We absolutely. I love you so much. Yeah.
and the lady
Mummy
who owned the
loves you
property, she was kind of a very
so
much very
much.
personal connection to the place.
Mummy loves you.
That was
Yeah.
still a minute ago, Pete.
Mummy loves you. Mummy loves you and looks after you all the time, doesn't she? Yeah.
Yeah, by all
Mummy
means.
loves you.
I think you'll feel quite comfy in there.
Mummy loves you.
I cannot believe what time. I can't believe we've been on an hour already. It's rocketed past. So I'll just wait till the end of
So
this
what we're going to
particular
do
wee bit of
is we're going
footage,
to put your
and
camera
then
off
we'll have a
screen.
chat about it. And I would
Ask him
absolutely
questions,
love.
ask him to talk to you, ask him to let
I'll
you know
just
you're
I'll
around
take
about
that.
touching.
That's me yakking, so you don't need to hear me chatting twice. So there we go. I'll take that out. So that was taken in a 12th century place up on just on the outer rims of Manchester, and I remember it really well. It was just wow. Doors would be closing on their own, windows would be opening by themselves, lights would flicker on and off on them by themselves, and it was nothing to do with the electricity. Um, oh, it was just an amazing place. And I'm kind of hoping. Thank you, Rob. I really appreciate that. And this actually, people should never fall out with each other just because they don't believe in the same thing. Dawn and I, if you were sitting having a cup of coffee with me and Dawn, you would think we were about to get, you know, but Dawn and I, we can have literally polar opposite ideas of things, but it doesn't impede on our friendship in any way. You know, when we go, and it's a really good idea to have people like that on an investigation because you have everybody all going, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh this, and you've got nobody to step in with reality. Okay, so I really do respect everybody's point of view, and sometimes when you're like wrapped up in the moment, and I'm just going to use Rob because Rob and I were chatting, and Rob would go, Paul, wake up, and I could well be like, oh wow, oh no, he's right. Or I could turn around and rub them. No, no, no. Here's why I'm right. Look at that. It takes multiples of peoples to be on investigations, and this is another reason why I don't like and don't enjoy watching these guys who do paranormal investigations by themselves. I don't trust that for a second. Okay, two reasons. Number one, it's probably the most dumbest thing you could do is go on an investigation in an empty house or an empty place or an empty whatever on your own. That's just the dumbest thing you could do. Okay, because you don't know what's going to happen spiritually, ghostly, whatever. But you could also walk through like an old house, fall through a floorboard, and hurt yourself. So never, ever, ever do a paranormal investigation by yourself. It's just dumb. Okay, safety first. I'll give you for an example. In Power Ghost, we usually have teams, averaging three. That's usually, and each one of the teams will have a team leader, and each team leader will have a walkie-talkie, and the team leader, sorry, not the walkie-talkie, the team leader has to check in with the hub, what we call the hub, every 15 minutes. Okay, unless they're doing like a quiet, if they put someone into a room by themselves and they just leave them alone and we need quiet, they will say over the mic, we're in room 2, room 3, room 5, whatever, and we're having a quiet session, in which case everybody knows to be quiet around that area. Okay, but ladies and gentlemen of the world, please don't be silly, and put yourself and your safety first. Okay, it's better that you're able to bring back footage and EVPs and pictures of paranormal than becoming paranormal yourself. You ready? So, safety first, always. Okay. Um, I love, I really, really, I love what I do. I love being a psychic medium. I love it. Okay. I became a psychic medium to get over the fear of death. That's the high and the low of it. So was I was able to conquer that. I wanted to help other people conquer that fear and the fear of loss. And that's why I became a paranormal investigator as well as a psychic medium. But I am really, really like Rob. I have no doubt, like Rob, I have my feet well and truly on the floor. Okay. I don't assume everything that goes bump in the night is ghostly or spiritually or paranormal. Okay. I always look for the normal explanation first. And I believe that if you eliminate what it might be, you're left with what it could be. Okay. So that's a really good, strong way of becoming a good paranormal investigator. And listen, be skeptical. Okay, I am skeptical. I'm very skeptical. Okay, I just don't automatically believe in things because I'm a psychic medium. Because I connect with the energies of those who've crossed over, doesn't automatically assume that I'm, oh my God, everything's a spirit. No, not at all. Um, so Well, we have gone through tonight's show. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Now, Sherry says we always use respect in our investigation. I have no doubts, no doubts. Dawn says Dawn is right. Always is dark row. You clearly know Dawn. Um, you should have seen us in. We were in a restaurant. What day is this? This is Monday, so it was Saturday, and we were in Waterstones. And I was looking around at the people. Dawn was facing me, and she had her back to the restaurant. And people were going because Dawn was getting into it. Love her to bits. Absolutely love her to bits. She's such a good, good, good person. Opinionated, but good. She's a heart of gold. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed tonight's show, I'd really, really love your feedback. Please, 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 because what your feedback helps me to do is work with what's working and eliminate with that's not working. Okay. So if you've got any ideas of where we could better the show, then please forward them to me. I'm more than happy to receive them. You can talk to me on Messenger, you can talk to me on WhatsApp, you can email me, and we can, we can do various, come up with ideals. More than happy to hear from you. Dawn and I are going to get together very. Oh, Chris James, hi. Sorry I'm late. Glad you're still live. Chris, that's all right, mate. Hey, listen, the very fact that you made it here, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time out of your day. Everybody's saying thumbs up and enjoying the show. Thank you so much. Please leave your feedbacks in the comments below. And if you've got any ideas, please don't hesitate to share them with me. I'm more than happy to look into it. I'm more than happy to bring in ideas that will make the show better, because that's what we want to do here. We want to grow the show. We want to bigger and better. So please, 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 especially you, Shari, share it with all your pals in the United States that do paranormal investigations. I'd love to hear from them, and I'd love to invite them onto the show. Would love to see it. In the cafe, if anybody heard us, she was going for it the other day, and and her poor daughter was like, "Oh dear God, please, Mom," And she's a sweetheart of a girl, absolute sweetheart. It's good. It's a great thing. And I was wondering how she got on, Dawn, by the way, because she was trying to get some bits and pieces sorted out. Enjoyed it too. Should have made it at the beginning. Jane, hey, thank you. Thank you for making it at all. Thank you, because what you're going through, we're with you 100%. Okay. Now, what I'm going to say to you is I'm going to do something I don't normally do here, right? I'm going to switch shows just momentarily. So bear with me, please. I suppose it kind of they bleed into each other in a way. But for Jane, listen, darling, you don't need psychic mediums at the minute, right? You don't need us. What you need at the minute, my darling, is just some quiet time. Okay? Now, for everybody who's watching the show tonight, everybody who'll watch it in the days and weeks and hours and months and minutes to come, when you cross over to the other side
Are you going to want to communicate with your family members through another person, i.e., psychic medium, or are you going to want to communicate with them directly? You're going to want to, especially a dad talking to his little girl. When I cross over, I've got three little girls and one son. I'm going to want to talk to them direct. I'm not going to want to go through another medium. I'm going to want to talk to them direct. So don't, for Jane, my darling, for some reason, 10:30, 11 o'clock, I keep getting 10:30, 11 o'clock, but it feels to me AM, okay? Seems to be the best time or the time he was trying to connect with you, okay? So my advice is sit down quietly, put a little bit of nice, gentle music on in the background, sit down, have yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever your preference is, and just sit quietly and look out and listen out for how he's going to connect with you, because sometimes it's very subtle, other times it's literally billboard in the sky kind of stuff. But I can guarantee you that he will be definitely trying to talk to you, and you don't need psychic mediums at the minute, okay? At this time, and I never ever do readings for people who've just lost um, someone. I won't allow them to come to me unless something specific has happened. Okay, on occasions where I've gone to do readings for people, things have happened in order for me to say, well, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Okay, but they're going to want to talk to you directly, and psychic mediums will just get in the way of that. Okay, so my advice is sit, all of it, everybody, not just Jane, everybody, sit down, sit in a chair, put a little bit of music on the background. If it's AM, just sit there and enjoy the silence, enjoy a little bit of music. If it's an evening, sit there quietly, stick a candle on. For some reason, candle energy is a magnet to spirit. Okay, they're able to use it in a good format, and that will be a great thing to do. You don't need psychic mediums. When I had a management team, they used to say to me, "Stop saying that! Stop saying that! Don't say that!" And I said, "No. If the people of the world want to respect me for being a psychic medium, then I want them to respect me for being an honest psychic medium. Okay, you don't need psychic mediums. I want to talk to my children when I cross over directly, and so do your family. But sometimes, after a while, say 4 months, 6 months down the line, it's not a bad thing to go to a psychic medium, maybe to get some sort of confirmation that they have been trying to talk to you. That's okay, but not immediately. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. If you would like to be a part of Paraghost, I would love to have you on board. Contact me, contact Dawn, contact Lynn, and we will make things happen so that you can be. Okay. Chris says it's better late than never. Yes, indeed. My dad is a non-believer. Hey, listen, Rachel, the amount of times that I have had non-believers come through first. Okay, boom, they come right through. And what you'll often, if you've heard me in the past working on shows or working on TV or working on radio or whatever, you'll often hear me saying there's surely Cilla Black. Okay, that happens to be a symbol for me. It means surprise, surprise. And when I see Cilla Black, I will say it'll mean either two things. For me, for one, it means surprise, surprise. I didn't believe in all of this stuff, and wow, am I wrong? Or number two, there's a direct connection to Cilla Black as in a musician. Okay, so I'll always share both aspects. But as a symbol for me, Paul Francis, it means surprise, surprise, and it means that they didn't believe in what we did, and they're usually the first out the door. Trust me. So Rachel said, my dad is a non-believer. One of them, yes, oh crap. So was my dad, but I'll share that story with you in a second. I asked him recently when his time comes, please get the message to me that I was right. My biggest wish is he has mocked me all my life because of my beliefs. Well, they do. And let me say something to you, Rachel, and Jane, and everybody else watching the show. People who mock other people for this subject matter are the ones who are frightened of it. That's what they do. And they combat with an active attack. And people who actively attack something is usually because they're frightened of it. Okay. There are two absolutes in this world. Two, only two absolutes in this world. One, you're born. Two, you'll die. Everything else is up to us. Okay. I just love to go out there and prove that the third absolute is that we can come back. That's what I enjoy doing. Ladies and gentlemen of the world, please come and join me Thursday night for Reach Across Live when I do the live reads. I do questions, Q&A, and I do anything that you guys, if you respect, what we do as a subject matter, or you want to learn as a subject matter, then please do come and join me on Thursday night. Same channel right here, 8 p.m. I'm also growing my Patreon channel. Okay, so on my Patreon channel, I'll be doing seminars, teachings, private sessions, and tons more on that channel as well. So get yourself across to my Patreon channel and subscribe on there. That's patreon.com/Paul Francis 111. Dead easy. Let me just see if I have got a banner just showing that particular concept. There we go. So just go across to that channel, www.patreon.com/Paul Francis 111. And I like that, Rob. I like that. When the body ceases to function, that reminds me of somebody who that I was reading, a young girl who, oddly enough, in the same situation as Jane. Her father had passed, and I remember saying to him, and it was early in my career, and I remember saying to him, "But you're dead," and his reply to me was, "If I'm dead, how could I be talking to you?" And I never forgot that lesson. So I wanted to share something with you guys. My dad was not was he skeptical, he was cynical. My dad was, who I loved to bits. He was absolutely cynical. And it's because of fear. 90% of it was because of fear, because he was brought up as an Irish Catholic, and his direct uncle was the Bishop of Ireland. So it was all thought upon as being very sinful and so on and so forth. And I was literally, the very, very final conversation I had with my dad, my one-to-one time with my dad and me, the very final conversation, he said to me, now my dad, if you imagine, I want you to imagine that my dad's sitting in a hospital bed. It's in our house. They brought this bed home because they knew that he was going to be leaving us. So they brought this bed home, and it was one that could do things and move around and help and all this, like quite a cool bed, actually. So my dad always wore glasses, and he used to sit across his nose like there. And my dad would look at you over the glass like that, So he would look down at whatever he was reading, then he would look at you over his glasses. So he said to me, I mean, I'm not going to bore you about how we got to this point, because my dad couldn't ask you a direct question. He would go all the way to Spain and back before he would actually get to the point. So he said to me, and this is verbatim, all right? So he was looking at me like this, and he went, "That shit you do, is it real?" And those were his words verbatim. "That shit you do, is it real?" Which case I laughed, of course. And I said to him, "Dad, okay, you've known me my entire life." And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you think I'm the type of guy would rip people off in the darkest moments of their life?" He said, "You couldn't rip off a Chewy from a shop." I said, "Okay, so let's start from there. So now that you know that I'm not the type of guy that would lie, cheat, steal, and rip people off." He said, "Yeah, let's start from there." And then I explained to him that when he let go, and for Jane's sake, I said to him, "Dad, it's important that you understand, I don't want you to go. I want you to stay here. I want you to stay here." But I explained to him, but that's me being selfish because I want you here. And I said, but when you let go, when it's time and you want to go, I said, my mom will cross you. I said, mom will cross you over. I won't go into any more of it, but as soon as I said those words, he was so happy. He was so happy. So happy, in fact, that his medication was reduced. He wasn't as much in pain or discomfort. And for the first time in something like 7 months, he had had a full night's sleep. He woke up the following morning very happy. It's equally important to tell you guys that this was, I think, October, November 1 year, and my dad decided he was going to go home the following year, and he did. The following year, on Good Friday, he went home. And I think about that every night. And when I'm going out looking at the stars, I think about that. And I think about that conversation. And I think about the conversations I've had with my family. Because do you know what, guys? Those are the moments that we cherish. And those are the moments that will help us get over the negativities that drag us down every single day. You guys mean a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. And thank you for ever being there. And let's make this show a fantastic show. For all of the people who don't like what I do, that's okay. That's fine. It's not a problem. Okay? But I always say this to people who are cynical. When we come to the last moments of our life, I promise you're going to hope that everything I do is real. And I send that out to you guys with love. I'm going to say good night. God bless. I'm going to say thank you so very much for being here. Come and join me on Monday night for Reach Across, and we'll do this again, but in a different way. Reach Across Live this coming Thursday night at 8 p.m. Look forward to seeing you then. Good night. God bless.